New day brings a new venue. The 1980s air conditioner behind me notwithstanding, I'm in a brand new venue. This is Hotel 3 of this wondrous vacation. I am now in the Wyndham. Shout out to Molly, a former member of the Podcast Network, for obviously being connected with the Wyndham brand. And yeah, so shout out to her real quick before we get started. Needless to say, I'm at the Wyndham here in Anaheim, California, and I'm here in a weird setup here. I kind of feel like this is more of a corporate suite. I guess you'd say it kind of would be in this case. It is more of like a wellness room, so it's got like an air purifier, and it's got like a gimmick on the side that actually, on the side of the bed that actually gets you like you can set it and it wakes up with the sun, things like that. It's got like a nice smell machine basically for like scents. It's like a scent machine, kind of like I remember from The Sims. And it's got like memory foam mattresses. It's got like this really awesome chair that I'm sitting in right now that I really wish I had at my apartment right now. But that being said, got the iPad, and you know what that means? It's time to go into what happened on day 6 here in California. So yeah, of course, it was my checkout date for Disneyland Hotel. Sad pony, but luckily I believe I'll be back sooner rather than later, hopefully. Fingers crossed for that. So yeah, back on Disney property again. Maybe sometime before this year's over. I guess it depends on how the chips fall. Obviously, some things kind of fell out of place a little bit, but everybody knows I usually land on my feet one way or another. So so no need to worry about anything at this point. I guess we'll see where we go from there. So that being said, we're going to go into the last day of me staying at the Disneyland Hotel and another day in the Disneyland Resort. So yeah, I went straight to California Adventure. I did not use the entrance because, of course, when I locked all my stuff up in Bell Services, I forgot to bring my key with me. So I was like, yeah, I walked the downtown Disney path, walked through downtown Disney, went to actually California Adventure itself. And by 9:04, I was already in line for Web Slingers. Yeah, I was one of the first, I had to guess, maybe the first like 75 to 100 people that rode Web Slingers for the day. That was really cool. And actually, the team that I was a part of, the other 3 members of the party, it was a family. And we ended up getting, I know it didn't last, but it was really cool to have it. And it's stamped on Twitter, stamped on Snapchat, that we were the 8th best team score of the day so far. That was really cool. Granted, now the park just opened, but still awesome. Nonetheless, and of course, 924, whatever, Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Breakout. Love this ride so much. I love the aspect of the attraction. I do love everything about it, and it's just fantastic. It's better every single time. Then I met up with Troy, and then we went to Pixar Pier and did Toy Story Midway Mania. That was fun. The great thing is, this was a day that was super busy, and a lot busier than you'd expect a Tuesday to be. But yeah, we did what we could and made do with what we could at this point. Then we went over to Flo's V8 Cafe, had lunch. That was great. I enjoy Flo's very much. The chicken strips, the french fries. It's a nice little piece of Mel's at Disney's California Adventure. And of course, it had that chocolate milkshake with the Oreo gravel on top. So good. So good. Didn't even get a soda. I just had the milkshake. Fantastic. Went to Radiator Springs Racers, did that single rider line. That was great. I do like that ride a lot. Granted, I do like Test Track a lot, but I do love Radiator Springs Racers, and I don't like Cars at all as a movie or a franchise, but I do like the area. Cars Land is awesome. I just love everything about it. And then we hopped over to the Disneyland park and went straight to Indiana Jones. And Indy had a long wait, but it was worth every second. And it was nice because went to Disneyland, went to Indiana Jones, rode that ride. I still love Dinosaur, and I'm probably going to prefer Dinosaur overall, probably because Dinosaur doesn't have snakes. But needless to say, I still enjoy Indiana Jones a lot more than I did previously. I did Went to Tom Sawyer Island and did the Pirates Lair. I really felt small and really proud of myself, more so than ever before, fitting into these tiny, tiny little crevices in the caves. So good. It's just so comfortable, and I felt like I've never been able to fully explore the Pirates Lair at Tom Sawyer Island, but sure enough, I was able to, and it was great, and I was able to stand on the Phantasmic stage. That was cool. We did Pinocchio's Daring Journey, which I haven't done in a long time. A really trippy ride, to say the least. I enjoy it. It's fun. A lot of the old-timey dark rides here in Disneyland are very, like, trippy, like, and everything. I was going to do Alice in Wonderland because it was always busy all day. They did the walk through a Sleeping Beauty Castle, which I'd not done yet, so that was kind of cool. And then we went to Edelweiss Snacks over by the Matterhorn and knocked out frozen lemonade and blue raspberry. And it was originally going to be blue raspberry, it was going to be frozen lemonade and cherry. So that was really good. Enjoyed that and very much needed at the time because we were just really thirsty. Went to the Enchanted Tiki room. That was enjoyable. I love the fact that they have benches. Like, I literally could, like, lay out on a bench, and I don't mean, like, the wooden benches we have. I mean, like, literally, like, a booth-style bench that was in the back of the room. That was really cool. Did Mr. Toad. That was great. Really enjoyed being on Mr. Toad again. And then we went to Snow White's Enchanted Wish, which, of course, I always liked Snow White's Scary Adventures. I really enjoyed that attraction, and this was an interesting overlay, but it worked. It was fine. Did Small World Holiday. That was great. Really got me more in the Christmas spirit, even though Christmas is over. But it'll always live on, needless to say. I did love the lighting package they have in Small World. It was just a great experience overall. A lot longer than ours, to say the least. Went to Golden Horseshoe for dinner. I had some chicken tenders and french fries, like you do, and a cherry Coke, like you do. And there was actually a piano player that was actually playing for a little bit, so that was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting an actual show, but we got one. That was kind of cool. Went over to Toontown. It's funny because Toontown, of course, is kind of in shambles right now, waiting for Runaway Railway to open. Say that 5 times fast. Needless to say, it's kind of just somewhat there, a shell of what I experienced in 2009. But the thing is, when I went over there, we did Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. Now, it's funny because it's a long wait, and the great thing is, it's like we go into the queue, we're a couple rooms in, and all of a sudden it just goes down. And, like, we started, like, seeing this cascade of people, like, coming towards us and everything. Like, leave. It's like, oh, no, it's down, man, it's down. And, of course, they leave, and then, of course, we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we waited long enough, and it was only a few minutes later, it's like, yep, let's go ahead and ride this. So, basically a walk-on for Roger Rabbit. It's an interesting ride. I enjoy it. Troy was just, like, bound determined to outspin the guy behind us, and he did, and it was mesmerizing, to say the least. I'm not sure I necessarily like the weird Dick Tracy style coat with turning Roger Rabbit's Jessica Rabbit into from a femme fatale to a private eye, which is kind of like the polar opposite of what she was. But I guess after the passing of Bob Hoskins, it made sense that Eddie Valiant no longer is around, so someone else has to take over in Acme, and I think that's exactly what Jessica Rabbit's doing. That's the vibe I get from the story, based on just like a little bit of like blurbs around the actual queue itself. So yeah, it's kind of a strange thing for someone that remembers the original, but still. I did Gadget's Go Coaster. Interesting. I basically find it very strange that a side character from Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers has their own ride. I thought so back in 2009. I think so now. And I got to explain who Gadget was, and Troy was kind of like telling me, it's like, is that like related to like Inspector Gadget? It's like, no, his daughter's Penny and everything. I had a nice little conversation explaining who Gadget was. Like, oh, that's it. And then he would hear like Gadget's voice in the queue. I was like, I'm Gadget. He's like, no, that's not Gadget. Like, yes, it is. It's Gadget. But it's Gadget from the Rescue Rangers universe, and it tells you that as well with the RR logo with the lightning bolt. Is actually in right before you board the ride, so that was kind of cool. And then we finished the night with a very long wait for Space Mountain. It was posted as a 2-hour wait, and it was like a shade over an hour. Not terrible. And we ended up walking over to 7-Eleven, try to get a Slurpee afterwards, because we were walking back to this hotel so I can check in. And like, nope, that didn't work. checked in here, and then we went back to the Disneyland hotel and picked up my luggage. After I took one last picture, and then we tried to get some McDonald's, but that failed because it was way too long, and came back here, and now here I am filming this video for you guys and girls out there. I'm actually going to get like a muffin and like a Diet Dr. Pepper in a few minutes, but yeah, that's going to be your video for today. Tomorrow, we're back at Disney again, of course, because we're there all week this week. Also solidifying the fact that I'm going to be seeing Scream on the big screen on Saturday after Universal. A nice little fun Universal day. We're doing Universal, we're going to Bubba's, and then we're going to the movie. So that's going to be something. It's like an old school day, so that's going to be fun. And then, of course, we talked about Friday, which is going to be take a shot. Thursday, reverse that, is going to be, of course, the day of the soon-to-be Oscar movies, Power of the Dog, Lost Daughter, and Tick, Tick, Boom. And then I'm doing Drive My Car on the day that I check out, which is the final day I'm going to be in California on Monday. So, yeah, that's going to be what I'm going to do Monday, if not a few things afterwards. So that's something I look forward to as well. So lots of videos still to come. Lots of sip and snacks yet to be done and yet to do. I have a lot of sip and snacks that way that I've yet to finish, but I'll do that later on. So that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. Until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.